All right, man. What's good? What is good? What is good? What is good, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rundown, hosted by your boy Darrel, motherfucking Long. All right, and make sure all my settings is good to go. Before we begin tonight's show, man. Before we get into tonight's show, and shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been watching, everybody that's been tapping in with us. Tonight, we're going to break down how black women are boycotting Anton Daniels. That's right. Let me get my brush real quick. There we go. As I said, tonight's show, we're going to review mainly two videos. A quick short one that I really just enjoyed the commentary. Guy was really good at commentary. Faithless channel, got about 500 subs. But the video did 12,000 views. Very, very, very good. Sorry, guys. Got to make sure I'm groomed while I'm on here. Spent a while without my haircut, and people start to say I look dusty. Lord have mercy. But we got to talk about Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels has put himself in a very peculiar situation where women do not feel like he is the Christian that he claims to be, the husband that he claims to be, the leader he claims to be. None of those things. They genuinely don't feel like he's a good leader at all. So, listen, sit back, get your popcorn ready. We're going to talk about this whole situation with black women canceling Anton Daniels. There was a live stream recently from a black woman by the name of Real Talk with Yanni, and the live stream was titled Boycott Anton Daniels. Boycott the Lapeef Network. And I was actually on that show at the very end. So you will see a cameo from me back in the day when I was telling the truth about Anton Daniels. Now, before I go into anything further, I want to let you guys know tomorrow morning, like tonight, I'm chilling. I'm going to show you guys the live stream with Yanni and the black women that's been going against Anton Daniels. But tomorrow morning, I'm pulling out the true archive. I'm going to show you guys Anton Daniels' apprentice going against him. I'm going to show you guys Courtney Michelle going against him. I'm going to show you guys Lucky Marie going against him. Right? The KA show going against him. Right? We got to have real, genuine conversations. Otherwise, all of this shit is for nothing, man. So let me go to my first video. The first video is really good. It's titled The King Has Fallen. The King Has Fallen, the rise and fall of Anton Daniels. And this young man gave really good commentary, right? Hopefully we don't have any issues with copyright. So I'm gonna say fair use. Fair use. I will put the young man channel in the link. That way he can go review the video and get some subscribers, right? We want to help everybody out. Now, let's go to his video right now.
Rough for black men. The last couple of Januaries have been rough for black men. Let's really think about this. January 2020, we lost Kobe, a global icon. January 2021, George Floyd. January 2024, Drake, Kendrick Beef, and Cat Williams breaking the internet at the same time. January 2025, the Diddy lawsuit gets filed, and now, January 2026, Anton Daniels, story time. This is...
So, I really enjoy how he broke down and narrated how Anton didn't come into the space acting like the man he presents himself to be today. he just wasn't doing that. He came into the space humble. He came into the space acting like a Christian. Anton came into the space talking about technology, talking about computer science, talking about making yourself better. And I enjoy hearing somebody else who, who listened to Anton back then, because even I was on Anton channel, because I believe at that point he was a Christian man that was trying to do the right thing. But eventually what I learned was that I was dealing with a narcissist who is capable of anything, especially if it's going to make him some money or garner him some type of views on YouTube. Then he's going to do whatever he needs to in order to secure that bag, as he would say. But before I go into the black women who's going to destroy Anton on this video, and for those who don't like it, let me say this now: Anton wife and kid did get mentioned in this video. Anton wife was shown in this video. So if you guys don't like that kind of shit, you might want to get the fuck out now. But let's keep going, man. Let's go watch the video.
Isn't gossip.
What? I don't gossip.
This isn't hate. This is a pattern. And patterns don't lie. This is the fall of Anton Daniels. Anton didn't start off as the bad guy, and that's important. He didn't come in loud. He didn't come in reckless. He didn't come in angry. He came in calm.
I do it for a greater purpose. You know what I'm saying? I know that in order for me to be able to tell other people that they got to move a certain type of way, or to give them the blueprint on how it is that they can be successfully married, I have to be a reflection of the thing that I advocate for. So it's different from me. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that I don't love beautiful women around me. It don't mean that I'm not going to that I don't check out chicks or whatever, so on and so forth or whatever. I just don't believe that A, they not worth my time. B, they ain't even.
Why are you even checking out women? You know what I'm saying? Why are you even looking at women in that way if you have a wife, if you claim to be a Christian man, if you claim to be a traditional man? And this is what Anton does. He came in softballing it. And then it get real wicked, bro. Hey, happy man, share the video out, bro. We got 40 people watching. We want to get 140 people watching. You feel me? That's the goal. Matter of fact, I want 540 people watching. I know y'all gonna be at tomorrow's show, because tomorrow's show gonna be messy. But come on in, man. Let's get it.
Close to the quality of the woman that I have. C, I also want to be the man that I would love for my daughter to marry. And then D, I have a higher expectation on my life, and I esteem myself greater than what normal people would esteem themselves. So I just hold myself to a higher standard than other people do.
Confident, articulate. He showed up at the right time, saying the right things to the right audience, and that audience was tired of confusion, tired of dating that didn't make sense, tired of working hard and still feeling stuck.
Hey, this young man was very honest, very transparent. I love when I hear reactions like this, because yes, that was the thought process behind what I was dealing with at the time, which was a woman and Christiana who just wasn't submissive, always had issues, never wanted to work with niggas, never wanted to work with niggas, always was a problem in my life, which is why I ended up getting full custody of our daughter. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't even turn to Anton because of that. I really turned to Anton because I was trying to find multiple side hustles. I would look up all these different videos on YouTube, 5 different side hustles to make this much money, blah, 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 blah. And then I came across one of his videos, 5 businesses that you can open. One of them was a restaurant business. So I said, you know what? Anton owns 2 restaurant businesses. He's here in Michigan, in the suburbs. Let me go check this guy out. You feel me? At the time, the restaurants was on the way to, to closing, but I didn't know that. So I'm thinking this is a black man, black family, black wife, black kid, black business, soul food restaurant. He got to be a legit dude. And it turns out that it was the exact opposite. It was the exact opposite. What's up, Just being Jazzy? What's up, mama? It was the exact opposite. Once we get done with this one, we can start the official show. All right. This is like a little, think about this as like the commercials before the movie actually began.
The internet was loud but empty. Then Anton shows up sounding like a man who figured it out. And when life feels unstable, the man who sounds certain becomes the leader, even when certainty.
That's a good line. When life seems uncertain, the man who seems The man who seems certain becomes the leader. That's a good line.
Arise before wisdom. So people listen. At first, his message felt like accountability, make better decisions, stop blaming the world, own your outcomes. That kind of talk resonates with men, especially men who feel invisible. And for a while, it worked. But here's the thing about critique.
But now, let me say this real quick, just for fair use purposes. Let me go tag this content creator too. Thank God for my father being in my life, because if you as a black man, you feel so invisible that you need to come to YouTube to talk to Anton Daniels about women, relationships, mental health, securing a job, securing a bag, then you're already in a bad spot, bro. The first thing y'all got to do is pray. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to a man who's just going to tell you that he got a fleet of hoes the next day. Don't talk to a man like that. He going to lead you astray. Talk to somebody who is genuinely a servant of God. Somebody who is going to pray over you and only steer you in the right direction. Anton is only here to cause confusion and to cause chaos. This is why the women call him out on the panel. What y'all going to hear tonight is a set of testimonies from black women who talk about how Anton Daniels has caused them trauma, how Anton Daniels used white women to weaponize against them. You understand what I'm saying? It's real bad, bro. But let's keep going with the young man video, and then we're gonna keep going. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. Happy says, what if you want a fleet of hoes yourself? As a married man, happy man, if you want a fleet of hoes, then you're the problem. You're the problem, sir.
If it isn't balanced with humility, it doesn't stay critique. It hardens. It becomes judgment, then disdain, then contempt. And once success shows up before self-awareness, that transformation speeds up. That's where the money comes in. Money changes people, especially when it comes fast. It doesn't just change what you can buy. It changes what you can access. New rooms, new attention, new opportunities, and new temptations. When a man who's been married to one woman for 20 plus years suddenly gets new money, new visibility, and new access, that's not a small adjustment. That's a shock to the system. Because now you're surrounded by women you don't love, you lust over, not a partnership, not building, just access. And here's the truth most people won't say out loud. New money doesn't come with new discipline. It just amplifies whatever was already there. There's a saying, the type of money you have shows in how you move. And yeah, I made it up, but it still holds. Old money moves quietly. New money moves loud. Old money protects its house. New money wants to see what else is outside.
And it's a thing. When Anton see women like Mika, sexy, attractive, feminine, and you got new money, which means you got new access to these women. You never had access from these women before. Some of these dudes don't know how to handle that. Some of the guys, when they get a certain amount of money and they get access to women like Mika, they lose their fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? They like Anton. They forget about their wives. They forget about the women that matters to them, or the women that should matter to them. And the only thing they can think about is their ego and how to feed their ego. How to feed their ego. That's all they care about, bro. What's up, Fear? What's up, mama? Let's go.
Money values were restraint, new money mistakes access for elevation. And somewhere in that transition, Anton's tone shifted. He didn't just get richer, he got colder. And the coldest version of his commentary was always aimed at Black people, not systems, not policies, not history. Black people, Black men were framed as failures.
But just talk regular to me, bro. Because I'm not no
I'm not talking. No, I'm gonna talk how the fuck I want to talk.
Oh yeah, all right.
Black women are the problem. Black culture is broken.
Figure out how to fix the commute. Like y'all putting spare parts on up cars.
Same message, different upload, and people noticed something else. The smoke was always heavy when he talked about his own people, but noticeably lighter when he didn't. That imbalance.
Anton imbalance has led to people calling him out, like the young man that's recording this video. At the end of the day, Anton did this to himself. Let me switch my glasses. Anton did this to himself. You went from trying to get black people to believe that you are the best thing that they should be like. Why should black men be like you when the only thing you do is remind black men how much of a failure that they are? You feel me? When you remind black men, like you did Jay Prince, that he is broke and he's a failure, like you did with Philosophical, telling Philosophical you don't care about his wife or his children. So why should anybody care about yours? Why should anybody care about your children and your wife if you don't care about anybody else's wives, anybody else's children? It just goes to show that Anton has one of these complexities where everything is based in hypocrisy. Rules for thee, but not for me. Everything is based on hypocrisy, and that's why he's falling down now. That's why everybody's doing live streams talking about how he ain't shit, talking about how he's a grifter, talking about how he disrespects his wife, calling Mika a side chick. Freezy running around acting like a side chick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and some of the stuff about Anton, a lot of the stuff is true. Some of it is not true. Like the Freezy shit, not true. But for the most part, everything else is. That's a fact. Don Romero says, I don't want Anton representing my children in any capacity. That's it is what it is. Hey, Happy Man, you think I'm going crazy on Freezy tonight? Boy, tomorrow gonna be a whole nigga. I got so much planned for them boys. It made no sense for the whole No Captivity crew. And anybody else that want to stand with them niggas. That's a fact. After tomorrow, Messi, what's her name? Messi Mushan, she gonna have everything she need to disprove that nigga Freezy is lying. But just wait for tomorrow, bro. That's not today's show. Let's keep going.
Matters because critique without equal scrutiny starts to feel performative, and performance always cracks once it leaves a controlled environment. That crack appeared the moment Anton left the safety of his own platform, the moment he stepped into someone else's house, into specifically Corey Holcomb's 5150 podcast.
The reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of
equal
it?
accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
don't
taking
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
That show isn't just a podcast. That's a
So this whole interaction between Corey and Anton, this was a very interesting interaction because Corey should have already known that Anton was never going to speak about white men in a bad way. Anton believes he is a white man. Anton don't see himself as a black man. He literally told Corey, I see myself as a Christian first. He don't even identify as a black man. That's just the facts. So when I was watching this video, I'm like, man, that's why I wouldn't even talk to a nigga like Anton. I wouldn't do an interview with Anton because that'd be a waste of my time. You feel me? Especially in Corey's situation. Now, to build my channel up, sure. If Anton want to come up here, sure. You can come on the channel. Sure. You got it. But if I was in Corey's situation, nah. It's a waste of time, bro. You feel me? I don't know how much money Corey made off this shit, but to me, that is a whole waste of time, bro. Because now you got people saying that Corey beat on a woman, but he didn't beat on Anton. It's so much shit that happened behind this shit, and I rock with Corey. You feel me? Listen, Corey did some fucked up shit, but I rock with Corey, and I'm going to explain why. Corey has always been who he is. I've never known Corey to be anything except who he is, and I can respect that. What I can't respect is Anton acting like a thug, knowing he never was. Complaining about people talking about your daughter, complaining about people talking about your wife, but you talk about everybody wives and daughters. And speaking of that, Anton did a video talking about some these niggas, they don't like my daughter because she dark skinned. The fuck? I'm gonna break that bullshit down too. Let's finish this up. We're gonna get into the messy shit with the black women shitting on Anton, and then I'm gonna wrap the video up with Anton complaining that, you know, his daughter is being attacked because she's dark skinned when nobody is attacking her complexion. Her complexion wasn't even mentioned. You know what? Let's go.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroyed this nation? Well, what did I miss?
That show isn't just a podcast. That's a black space. That's a show hosted by a black man who openly loves black people, defends black culture, and speaks with his community, not over it.
Now, hold on.
That room is different. It's not a...
Hold on now. I wouldn't go so far as to say that Corey always talks the best about black culture, because we heard how Corey talked about his own daughter. What I will say is this. Corey doesn't shit on black culture. He might have a few issues with a few black people, and he say something and it look bad, and black culture interprets it however they interpret it. But he ultimately, if somebody asks Corey, should black people get reparations? He's not gonna be like, nah, them niggas is stupid, like Anton would. If they ask, oh yeah, Corey, do you think it's okay? You think it's okay for black people to get, I guess, like let's find a plausible thing, like the Asian hate bill. Do you think black people should get a black hate bill, like the Asian hate bill? I'm pretty sure Corey would say yes. Anton would be completely and utterly against that shit. Completely and utterly against that shit. So I think that's the one thing I can say about Corey is even when he's being a bandit, he's still cool. He's still speaking about black people, you know, with a positive light for the most part. Anton, he doesn't do that. He speaks about black people in the absolute worst ways. The absolute worst ways, man. Shout out to all 80 people watching on all platforms. We need 200 people watching. So share the video out. Let's get it popping. We need more viewers. Let's get it. What's up, Vic?
Comment section. It's not an algorithm. It's culture. Anton walked into that room confident. A little too confident, because confidence built in an echo chamber doesn't always survive real pushback. At first, it was a conversation, tense but controlled. Then Corey pressed him, not about data, not about charts, not about numbers, about identity.
Exactly. Corey pressed him about his identity. Are you black? Do you identify as black? Because if you don't identify as black, why are you even talking about the black culture? And then it's crazy because as soon as Anton's daughter got attacked, he started calling himself a black man, a black father. Somebody help me. Help me, is what that nigga was saying. I mean, I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. No cap. I was so disappointed in niggas, bro. So disappointed. You can't come from Detroit and then try to play the victim, bro. You got to go in all the way. Just take it all the way there. Otherwise, you make Detroit look weak. You make the Daniels family look weak. Look like your daughter wasn't being protected. Shit was low-key just all around bad, bro. Heard you called the police doing a lawsuit. Man, fuck that. Let's keep going.
Corey called him out directly as a black man and black content creator for what he saw as dragging black people while pandering to white audiences. That wasn't a debate. That was a character check. And Anton didn't meet it with reflection. He met it with aggression. He snapped back with a vulgar insult. He crossed the line, changed the energy in the room. Corey stood up, voices rose. For a moment, it looked like things might get physical. That wasn't for the internet. That was real life. And that moment mattered because you can't hide in someone else's house, especially not a black man's house when you're bringing contempt for black people into the room. That's when things started slipping because what happened next mattered even more. A grounded man cools off after that. A secure man reflects. Anton didn't. He went online, talking tough, threatening violence, and running his mouth.
How far I took it. Now you got to do something. Because I'm in your studio in person, right face to face with you.
And that's when the audience stopped debating his points and started judging his character because nothing says I'm unbothered like threatening a comedian online. At that moment, the conversation shifted. Not, is Anton right? But, does Anton respect the people who helped build him? That's a dangerous question because audience...
No, Anton has never respected the people that helped build him. From Jay Prince to Luck to fucking Lauren to the KA show to JR himself. Anton never respected JR. Anton never respected B Nix. Anton never respected Chicago Rilla. Never. He always disrespected them. This is why when I talked to Rilla back in those days, I urged him, join my cause. Join my cause. Together we can stop the little milk dud. I used to call him the dirty pastor because he act like a Christian, but next thing I know, he got 7,000 hoes to send my way to try to finesse me out of my socks. So I used to call that nigga the dirty pastor. The nigga's a demon, bro. You feel me? And everything that is bad about black culture, Anton embodies it. A grifter, a liar, a man that can't deny lust. You know what I'm saying? To the point where his own mama said that he was manipulative. It's not just me. The woman that gave birth to that nigga said that he's manipulative. Go check out my other video, bro. Go check out my other video. I've been putting in work, bro. You feel me? I'm tired tonight. I just got off work. That's why tomorrow morning I'm starting that first thing in the morning, niggas. I'm gonna be on this nigga Freezy ass. And Tawana's for that matter. And I love Tawana. I ain't got no beef with her. But you just a casualty at war, mama. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Don't leave in protest. They leave in silence. They stop defending you, stop sharing you, stop making excuses for you, and the algorithm follows quietly. Now zoom out. This story doesn't stop with Anton. By 2026, you're going to see more red pill, manosphere, and those alt-right thugs fall the same way. Not because they were wrong about everything, but because they built platforms on resentment instead of responsibility. They bonded men through anger.
Exactly. They bonded through anger and they bonded through resentment. That was, let me rewind that so y'all can hear that. That was good.
They can, not because it doesn't stop with Anton. By 2026, you're going to see more red pill, manosphere, and those alt-right thugs fall the same way. Not because they were wrong about everything, but because they built platforms on resentment instead of responsibility. They bonded men through anger. They confused outrage with loyalty. They mistook volume for wisdom. That works for a season. But those spaces don't teach men how to build families. They don't teach men how to
Fresh and Fit, Donovan Sharp, Saint in the Center, all of these men have built their platforms off of bonding incels together who genuinely despise women, despise themselves. Take a quick break though, so I can show you guys what I'm eating tonight. I am eating teriyaki with teriyaki madness. We have some cabbage here, some broccoli, and some plain white rice. Very good. You see, listen, a lot of protein because your boy been working out. All right. I ain't trying to go out like Anton. I ain't trying to be all, you know what I'm saying, dad bod, stomach all big and shit. Absolutely not. I gotta stay in shape. Let's go back to this video. It's almost over with. We got about a minute left. Then we get into the black women shitting on Anton Daniels. All right. And if you are a black woman, we're doing a PSA tonight. If you are a black woman and you are around Anton Daniels, you can no longer talk to us about what a woman should want in life and the kind of respect she should deserve, because you don't respect yourself. If you are a black woman over there chasing a bag with Anton while he's disrespecting you, while he's allowing other people to disrespect you, then I'm sorry. We can't take advice from you. And this applies to anybody who they believe it applies to. It does. It applies to any and everybody who think that it applies to them. Because one of the things we got to get into tonight is women who get online and try to hold people accountable, or at the same time, you're doing business with a man that talk about black women in the most disparaging ways. Y'all got to stop. Let's go.
Stay in love. They don't teach men how to age with dignity. They teach men how to feel superior while staying alone. And resentment is a terrible long-term fuel. By 2026, more men will be tired of being lectured by millionaires who don't model reality, tired of being talked down to by men with money but no balance, tired of leaders with access but no grounding. And the internet doesn't argue forever. It replaces quietly. Because people don't want perfection, they want alignment. You can tell the truth without hating the people you're talking about. You can critique culture without disrespecting it. And when money replaces responsibility with ego, the fall isn't dramatic, it's lonely. That's the real ending. And that's why this story isn't just about Anton Daniels. It's about what happens when success shows up before character is fully formed. Money.
Woo. When success shows up before character is fully formed. When success shows up before character is fully formed. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. Hit the motherfucking cash app, please. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm about to provide y'all with some great content. And a lot of people will not go over it. Freezy might, because he gonna do anything to do an Anton video. I'm actually testing myself to see who can drop more Anton videos, me or Freezy. I'm gonna test myself. I'm gonna see what I wonder what Freezy got up his bag next. I had Tawana come on there and tell some more lies and be a fucking victim. I hope not. Okay. Main topic. The main fucking show. The main fucking show. The reason why we are here tonight. Now, let me just show you guys. I am at the end of this video. Anton's on this video. Tommy Sotomayor's on this video. Mr. Let Go, B. Taylor, Fantasy Island Girl, Queen Sheba, Lucky Marie's on here. Lapeef JR is on here. Again, Tommy Sotomayor.
As you checked from Anton, or as you
bullish, he has a person.
Hold on. TJ Randolph brought me up because TJ Randolph wanted to go to bat for a woman that called CPS on me for no reason because I broke up with her and lied to CPS saying I had my daughter locked up in a cage, right? They wanted to lie for that woman. So at the end, you're going to get a sneak peek of Darrel Long going off on Anton and everybody else. And still, they have not sued me for defamation in this clip because everything I said about them was honest. Everything. When I talked about certain women sending married men nudes, When I talked about girls on YouTube going over Lapeef house and giving him vagina. When we talked about married women having voicemails being published of them talking freaky to niggas that's not their husbands. But before we get to my part, let's start where it all begins. Yanni giving her monologue. We're going to get through her monologue. And we're going to go directly to the clip that she played. And we can get active. All right? Let's go.
Because I didn't have to do that. I know how hard it is to build a brand. I know how hard it is. It's very hard.
Remember, this video is titled, let me make a banner. Black women are boycotting Anton Daniels due to his disrespect of Black women. Yeah, okay, cool. Support via Cash App. Yay. $ D-Long 316. And do a few little fair uses. You feel me? Gotta throw those joints in there. And let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about everything that happened. It started off with Yanni and B. Taylor. And I am going, listen, guys, I'm so fucking good. I'm also going to cover what happened before this. How they had just pearly things on there. The pasty girl from Chicago who grifted and took all of Kevin Samuels' talking points and had Black men believing that this white girl with no kids, no husband was going to teach them how to be better men. They thought just pearly things was going to teach them how to be better men, and then they weaponized her against B. Taylor. Let's see what happened in this video. Let's keep going.
It's not easy. Let me go ahead and play this video real quick.
So the video she's going to play is with Queen Sheba and Anton, Mr. Let Go. And this, listen, let me get my thoughts together. This video happened a few, maybe like 2 years ago. And Queen Sheba was a guest on the panel that night. Queen Sheba is a wife, right? Now, you got to remember, Anton don't like wives being disrespected. He don't want nobody disrespecting his wife, right? So let's go ahead and talk about it.
He said, I'm glad something, whether it's the 70 dicks.
Oh, and the conversation was about Black China transforming her brand from being Black China, one of the biggest women on OnlyFans, to becoming a mother, a woman of God, and stripping herself of the moniker that is Black China. Okay, so let's go and shout out to Angela White. Shout out to, because we're not calling her Black China no more. Her name is Angela White. Angela, we love you. We support you in your journey with Christ. Continue to move forward. Do not let these devils move you off your path that Jesus has put you on. Now let's keep going and hear what Anton had to say about this woman finding God.
Is embarrassed of her body. But with all that being said, I'm glad something, whether it's the 70 dicks, whether it's the flab and the surgery, or whether it's her finding God, I'm just glad she's making a change because she has kids. Them kids is tired of her looking, their mama looking like a hoe. So the day your mama says, I don't want to be a whore anymore, I'm happy for the kids.
Why?
Mr. Let Go, who was a quote unquote simp, he's saying, I'm happy for the kids. The day that your mother stopped being a whore, I'm good. I'm happy for the kids. Not, this is a entrepreneur that has made millions of dollars for her children, right? Not Black China, aka Angela White, is an entrepreneur who has changed the dynamics and the fortune of her family moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Multiple different homes, multiple different cars, the best schools, the best social programs, right? The best sports programs, having access to the Kardashian family. She has positioned her family to win. And the only thing these men could talk about is the 70 dicks she might have taken. Even though if you go to Black China OnlyFans, she wasn't having sex on there. She was just posting explicit pictures. But again, these men would do any and everything in their power to shame women into believing that they are the problem. And this is my problem with those men. Hold men accountable. Hold Anton accountable. When Anton get into this back and forth with Queen Sheba, Mr. Let Go is quiet. He doesn't speak. He doesn't hold Anton accountable. And we're going to get on his ass in the next few months.
Why do we give credit to people that has profited from the dysfunction that they continue to place on the community? They extract all of the money from it, and then we supposed to give them some credit like they did something that was courageous or any better than anybody else. Why? You know, and for y'all that's speaking on the church that don't know shit about the church, why do God always got to get the leftovers?
I said the same thing.
Why is it that when
Why is Angela considered leftovers now, Anton? Why is Black China considered leftovers now? Because of you? Did God put you in charge? Did God say Anton would be the person that gets to decide who God loves? Is that the way it works? Because if that's the case, you was all in Felice Johnson face after he did a bid for raping men. You wasn't angry. Your tone was pleasant. You treated him like a woman. And ladies, y'all gotta stop messing with niggas like Anton Daniels. I'm about to start putting distance between myself, between women like that, because I get sick and tired of watching women get berated on these panels and then go right back. Right? And then go right back. That's why I love Queen Sheba. When this happened, she never went back over there again. She never went back over there again. But Anton has came back to her platform. Child. Let's keep going. And everybody that's watching, man, let's get some likes up. Let's get to 115 likes. 115 likes on all channels. Let's go.
you fucked up in your life that we gotta have a redemption story? You know what? We don't always have to hear y'all testimonies. I don't want to hear how many dicks you done sucked. I don't want to hear how.
Why Angela White in all of her testimonies never talked about the men that she had intercourse with and her sexual interactions. Not once. Not once did you go and watch a video when Black China was transforming into Angela White, into the new woman that she knows that she is, into the entrepreneur that she is. Now, again, this is somebody's daughter. This is somebody's child. Black China has a mother that's very public. Anton, you don't want nobody talking about your daughter. You didn't like the t-shirt that Corey Holcomb made, but you run around talking about somebody else's child. We don't get to make the rules like that, Anton. And he didn't understand that. He never understood that. But let's keep going, guys.
Much money, because you ain't giving none of the money back that you made off of all of the OnlyFans content that you put out. You ain't taking Tiger's dick back out of your mouth. You ain't.
What the fuck? If you seen her talking in interviews, then she absolutely did take Tiger's dick out of her mouth. And again, the disrespect. Only for Anton to come into the chat and say this, right? To leave this little crybaby ass super chat. Please take my wife off of your live stream. Say what you want about me. I don't even know who you are. Please take my wife off the live stream.
Really him. Really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
You're not a victim. Your wife, not a victim. Rita, not a victim. If she want to stand by you while all of this go on, then she gonna have to deal with people making content and having commentary about her as well. She just got to she got to deal with it the same way what Freezy wife had to deal with Anton talking about Hebrew Israelites' wives. Let's keep going, man. Shout out to Vic, man. Vic, if you can hear me well, Vic, and you see me well and everything good, put a 1 in the chat. And everybody that's watching, we got 112 people. Y'all always ghost watching my channel. Put a 1 in the chat. Say hello, man.
Ain't not being in the public eye anymore and starting to, live your life a little bit differently. Let's just call it what it is. It's a rebrand.
So does that apply to women only? Because that seems very.
Listen.
Yeah, it's just about her.
This is
my second thing.
Queen Sheba asked a basic interjection. She interjected and she asked, "Is that only for women?" Right? Like, what's the problem? Why can't women rebrand? What's the problem with a woman wanting to rebrand and change the image that she has now? What's the problem with that? The problem is Anton doesn't like when women understand the power that they have and they grow into a whole different being. Angela White has transformed herself into an entrepreneur that any Black young girl can look up to. Any Black young girl growing up, can grow up and say, listen, here's a woman that made hundreds of millions of dollars, took care of her family, and she didn't have to she retired, bro. She's retired. She's like, what, 35, 40 years old? She's fucking retired, bro. Rooster said Anton does have a point. So, Rooster, break it down for us, bro. Break it down for us. I would love to hear the point that you believe Anton made. Let's continue.
Anton,
this is the typical response from a woman. They always want to make it about gender.
No, I'm asking a question just for clarification.
But I wasn't done talking.
Actually came in
wasn't done talking, man. I'm sorry, man.
Darling.
I wasn't done,
sweetheart.
I wasn't done talking, darling.
I'm just asking you because you came in and disrupted the flow. Y'all switched. We didn't know what was going on.
Because you don't know if I'm already going to answer your question before you
I'm just asking for clarification.
Well, you can't ask a question before I finish cooking.
Exactly. Anton is disrespectful. He's disrespectful. Will not allow women to speak, will not allow a woman to finish her point, will not allow a woman to ask a clarifying question, to give further context to the point that he's making. But nope. Disrespect is what he chose to do, and he's going to be continuously disrespectful, and then he's going to come on the panel to be disrespectful. It's almost like the only thing Anton knows how to do is be disrespectful. Shout out to Beak. I appreciate you. You said we got a new subscriber for sure, bro. Hey, man, send me a $5 cash app. You guys know why we doing these videos, right? Let me tell you why. Shout out to Sharon Bracy.
For clout. That is the solution to this. The solution, Ed, is for you to send a goddamn 99-cent super sticker. So this way I don't have to go to Brokeback Mountain. That's a damn.
Levitt Johnson says, didn't Anton do a rebrand from Goofy to Mega Goofy? No, he did a rebrand. This is Anton real rebrand, Levitt. Anton came into space, said, I'm a software developer. I make all this content. You know what I'm saying? I make websites. I do everything. I got my own software company. I'm really doing well. And then a brother named JB asked him to he challenged him to a coding competition. And because Anton doesn't code, he ended up just getting exposed as somebody who was a liar. And he rebranded to a Christian conservative, who loves Trump. He's a MAGA Christian conservative now. There you go. Let's keep going with the video.
You might like the meal that I give you before I'm done. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, man.
I'm just asking for clarification.
I'm sorry.
Give me that.
I don't need to give any. Listen.
I'm just
if
asking.
you can't understand what a C student is saying, then I'm not really sure you need any more clarification. The fact of the matter is,
okay. So are we doing that? Are we doing a power trip tonight? Anton, are you coming in with a power trip tonight?
You doing it?
I'm asking.
The fact of the matter is,
that's what y'all do. You don't get up here and bully people and bully and do all this. I'm just asking.
I don't care. And you know what? And Miss Sheba, your inability to be able to control yourself when a man is speaking.
Are we really going to do that? Have you ever heard me call anybody out of their name?
You know, I said Sheba. What did I say?
No, I'm saying my inability to control. Have you ever heard
inability to be able to control yourself? I'm sorry, Mr. Let Go. I got it. Let me cook. Your inability to be able to control yourself when a man.
No, your inability.
While
because you come in ruling with. We know it's.
We're gonna mute you for a second.
Wow. Then he hit Queen Sheba with the mute, and this is something that Yanni spoke about when they had these panels on YouTube. The original idea was for panels to be fair, for panels to be just, for us to be able to have these conversations and listen to one another, to be able to interject when needed, to ask for more context, to fully understand what we're talking about. But for Anton Daniels, no, it's his show. He do what the fuck he want to. It's his show. He can do the fuck he want to. And I think that's a dangerous mentality to have. Because I dare say that's the reason why he ain't liking all this shit now. When black women come on my panel, or any woman, white woman, black woman, Asian, it don't matter. She come on my panel, I'm going to give her the respect that she deserves. She come on this panel, I'm going to make sure she get the respect that she deserves. Otherwise, oh, look, I added a bad overlay. I got to fix it. Otherwise, she might as well not be on my show. What's the point of having a woman on my show if I'm just going to disrespect her? If I'm just going to disrespect her, it makes no sense. But I think Anton, I always thought that he gets some type of sexual kick out of disrespecting women. Like, I really do believe that he gets aroused, right? I believe he gets aroused off disrespecting women. Genuinely. That's my thoughts about that, bro. Let's keep going and watch the clip, man. Shout out to Yanni, fair use. I'm gonna throw up my other fair use banner until I get my other one with the red letters up top. But let's use this one for now. Let's go.
Because I know you like
to do that. I'm gonna step down.
We are gonna do that. And the reason why we gonna do that is because I watched your show, Queen Sheba. And you know what I seen on your show while you still talking? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, man.
I just want to know if you're pulling a power play. That's it.
And this ain't no power play. Because again, I've watched your show, Queen Sheba, and you know what I seen? You know what I seen?
Reviews. All I do is
You know
reviews.
what I seen? I'm sorry, ma'am. Can I finish my statement?
Go ahead.
You know what I seen? I seen you controlling the panel.
Wrong. I'm the only male moderator on Queen Sheba's channel, and she allows everyone to speak on the platform. Everyone has an opportunity to speak. Everyone has an opportunity to get their thoughts across and to fully articulate that thought so the audience can fully convey what this individual is trying to say. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. Now, let me see if they got this one right. Let's keep going.
You shut motherfuckers down when they start. Yes, you do.
Give me one example.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish what I was saying, because I'm not going to let a woman or a man derail me from what it is that I wanted to say.
I just asked for clarification.
Okay, well then let me finish what I'm saying, and then if you have any questions afterwards, then you can ask your question. All right. The fact of the matter is, God is tired of getting the devil's leftovers, and then y'all keep calling it redemption. It's not a testimony. A testimony is something that you went through and you didn't fail at, and you was able to overcome as a result of your resilience and your endurance in order to be able to get to that other side.
You don't get to tell somebody, Anton, what a testament is. You don't get to tell somebody what a testimony is. You just don't. I just don't understand this level of narcissism where you believe you get to decide what a testimony is and how somebody gets to come before Jesus. You don't get to decide that. You do not get to decide that, sir. That is only left up to the Creator. My wife put something in the chat earlier. She said, if that's the case, then your trigger and Cynthia G was correct. People shouldn't be able to have second chances, and that includes males, especially black males who have been to jail. Child. Victor says, Anton is simply calling out the flaws of Jesus when it came down to dealing with humans. He always dealt with so-called trash in society, and we all know the story of what happened to Jesus because of it. Yeah. He died for our sins. That's what happened, Rooster. Jesus Christ. Rooster, we're not reading no more comments of yours for 10 minutes. You got to put a comment in there that makes sense. Lord, I love you, my brother, but Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
A test is something that's not self-inflicted. You can't test yourself and then call it and be an overcomer. That's not what a testimony is.
She didn't test herself. She found herself in a difficult situation when, she was in poverty. She had a mother that, a mother and a father that didn't provide the best lifestyle for her. So Angela White, also known as Black China, decided to basically go out and make a name for herself, making millions of dollars and providing a lifestyle for her child that most people don't even, most people live and die and not make hundreds of millions of dollars. If Angela White was to drop dead today, and God forbid that ever happens, she would leave hundreds of millions of dollars, not only for her son, but her future grandchildren as well. And I don't understand this. Black men respect Anton for making money, but they don't respect Black China when she has more money than Anton. But you know what? I'm gonna drop the link soon. Let's go.
Get up in church and we brag and we try to act like we more than what we really are, and we trying to act like the God took us through it. No, you was never supposed to be in that situation in the first place because it's self-inflicted. And so what we seeing is people profiting, then
we can say the same thing about you right now. God shouldn't talk to you right now about none of your prayers. God should say, Anton, I can't help you with this Corey Holcomb situation. It's self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted, Anton. You did it to yourself. You walked around trying to be a gangster knowing that you wasn't. I didn't make you that way. I made you soft. But Anton Daniels gotta be a gangster. Gotta be a gangster. With women. Boy.
Stealing all of the money from the community, and they fucking on everything, and they being a bad influence, and they leading people down a bad road, and then they coming back and saying, but this is my redemption story. And then Mr. Let Go over there and giving them some flowers. saying, well, I'm just glad for the children.
But Winston, me and you gonna say the same thing.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm experiencing the same conversation to you as I did Miss Darling over there.
Damn. Lady Chan tried to cut in. Anton wasn't having it. She thought that she was special. She thought she was special. You're not special. You're not special at all. You're just like every other woman around. He see you as somebody who is inferior. That's how Anton Daniels has always presented himself. People always ask me, why you talk about Anton so much? You could be talking about a million different things. I could. But when somebody threatened my family, threatened my children, right? Send people after me, have people calling CPS on me and all the rest of this shit. I mean, doing everything outside of addressing me as a man. What else can I do? This is all entertainment. All entertainment. But when you're a black man, and I used to believe that black men were the most important people on the planet until I met people like Anton Daniels. It led me to believe, because I didn't grow up in Detroit seeing black men that talk bad about black people, that talk bad about black culture. I didn't grow up seeing men who are Uncle Ruckus type motherfuckers. I just didn't grow up like that. So seeing people saying black men don't deserve reparations, black men don't deserve to be happy, no matter if other men will call them a simp, that shouldn't even matter if you find a woman that makes you happy. And the older I get, the more I realize that a lot of black men in our youth, we are listening to niggas like Anton Daniels, and then that's why we led astray. The Bible said to watch out for false prophets, and Anton Daniels is, if he's nothing else, he is a false prophet of God, using God to enrich himself, manipulating black men to believe that he has the answers, and it's diabolical.
I know,
I'm not giving any of these women any props whatsoever. And if y'all get triggered and y'all can get mad, then y'all should be holding her accountable when she was calling herself Black China and was spelling the black wrong. And
it's called branding, Anton. Plenty of businesses spell a word wrong or change it in order to make themselves, like on some brand shit. What are you talking about? Goofy. Shout out to Vixen with her $5 cash app.
That nigga's a goddamn $5 boot right now. $5 boot. $5 boot.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Anton has further, on every opportunity shown that he has no problem being disrespectful. But when he is disrespected, there's always going to be a problem. When his wife is disrespected, there's going to be a problem. When his child is brought into it, there's going to be a problem. When he talks about other people's children, there's no problem. When he talks about other people's wives, there's no problem. But this bitch is big, man. I got to get my shit together. You go on other people's platforms disparaging people's name, and then you wonder why you're getting all of this pushback. You are not a man of God. You, Anton Daniels, is a agent of chaos. Saying black women are a bigger threat, a bigger threat to the black community than the white man has ever been. That was the most wicked shit I've ever heard you say, outside of when you talked about their children. Saying tyranny children is going to grow up because tyranny is poor, making fun of that and saying, well, your children, according to statistics, they're going to go to prison and they're going to be making my license plate because you're a bad mom, because you're a single mom. That's fucking ridiculous. And when are we going to have men like Sweetie Pie call it out. Bruiser call it out. Mr. Let Go call it out. When are women like Lucky Marie gonna call it out? Fantasy Island Girl, Lady Shan, Lady Di, Precious. I'm calling on the space. The same way that they held Darrel Long accountable, the same way that they held me accountable when I talked about wives and children. When are y'all going to hold Anton Daniels accountable for talking about wives and children? But let's keep going.
So now that I know Anton is in here, I'm going to go ahead and send him a link. So let's see if he'll come up here. So
can you
as you know, I'm sorry.
Can you hear me good?
Yes, we're good. So as you know, lately with everything that's been going on within the YouTube space, the drama online, offline, and things like that. Why is it when it comes to these panels that you're on, you act like this towards women? You have a daughter, you have a wife. Would you want someone speaking to them like this?
What did I say that was disrespectful to the?
Answer the question. Would you want someone speaking to your daughters like this, Anton? Would you want someone being disrespectful to your daughters? That's the question. And as always, Anton Daniels is going to gaslight. He's not going to be honest. He's not going to be genuine. The answer to that is yes or no. I wouldn't want that, or I'm okay with that. But we're going to continue to see patterns by Anton Daniels that exhibit exactly what Rita said. Multiple different personalities, emotionally immature, from the words of his own wife publicly. Let's go.
The clip that you just said.
This clip, there are so many other panels. There are so many other panels. You're calling women 304s, hoes, monkeys. Black women are the black man's biggest enemies. I thought the whole purpose of these panels were to bring us further together, to work together, to find a solution. But it seems like with these panels that I see you in a lot, you're creating more of a divide. And that's not the content. That's not the content that I got from you originally.
I think you need to look at the context of the entire conversation before you make that, before you draw that conclusion.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Well,
you want to know why I don't?
Let me finish talking?
Oh, now you want to have some panel decorum. Now you want to say, "Oh, you gonna finish? Let me speaking." Why should she? Did you let Queen Sheba finish speaking? And I have no problem with Anton now. It's just business. It's not personal. Anton visited Queen Sheba channel recently. I'm the only male moderator. I didn't say anything bad about him. This wasn't even a topic then because he didn't go on Corey Holcomb then. Truthfully, I wasn't even doing that much Anton content, but he gave us an opportunity to. And I jumped right on top of that. Right on top of that. Listen, shout out to Vixen, her $5. We are $95 away from the stream goal. Let's keep going, man.
Don't.
Do you want to have a conversation or do you want to debate? Because I thought this was a conversation.
There's no debate.
A conversation is I'm listening to you speak, and then when you ask me a question, you got to let me answer it fully. No?
I'm listening.
So what I'm saying is, I think you need to look at the context of the entire conversation. You can't do what you want to do as an individual and then think that you don't get the same energy. For example, the clip that you just showed, I was talking and then I was rudely interrupted. After, on my own panel, I waited until they got done speaking and then I started to give what it is that I said. Now, if you actually look at my show, afterwards, she admitted that she was wrong and she was moving a certain type of way, and she actually publicly apologized because actually that woman that I had got into it with, Queen Sheba, I've defended her. And you can ask her specifically. I defended her against a lot of people that was actually...
You as your audience attacked Queen Sheba, what you actually did was you went online and said, hold on, guys. I know y'all all talking shit about her, but can you guys stop, man? Fuck it, man. Just calm down, bro. You did nothing more than that. You did nothing more than that. And yes, Queen Sheba did come to your show and y'all did speak. She's a very peaceful, graceful, educated, beautiful, sexy woman. Something that you don't know nothing about in your personal life. Something you know absolutely nothing about. I think that you wanted Queen Sheba too. Low key. Yeah, that's right. That's fucking right. I think you wanted Queen Sheba too. Chocolate. I think you went on her Instagram and saw, damn. Why couldn't Rita turn out like this? God damn it. That's what I genuinely believe, bro. I think, and like when I did my reaction to the video when it originally happened, I said that. I said, because Mika and them girls wasn't around. And you know you're not getting no B. Taylor. Not to say there's a difference between B. Taylor and Queen Sheba, but Anton want to go where he think he belongs. And I think that he wanted Queen Sheba. And that's why he was being real sassy with her specifically that night. He didn't do it with Lady Shan. But you know what? We're going to get off of that. That's just my little 2 cents. Hey, 2. Mwah. The Palace is in the fucking building. Shout out to the Palace. You feel me? Shout out to Melanie, Cherie, Rogers. Okay. Shout out to Somali Queen. Queen Sheba. B. Taylor. Yes. Yes. And then, of course, yours truly. Let's continue.
Coming against her, a lot of men individually, and you can actually ask her to cam up, that came for her, that literally was trying to dox her, that was trying to abuse her. And specifically, I worked with her and her husband to ensure that she was safe. And I went against the guy that was trying to go against her. Now, on an individual.
Now, I don't know nothing about you working with Queen Sheba husband. That's new. That's news to me. Even when I was reviewing this video before I reacted to it, I said her husband. I wish I had that video she had of little homie Shamar. Cause that's the exact way I felt. Flabbergasted. My gabbers were flash, motherfuckers. You know what? My wife says, work with them how? He just be lying and saying anything that he feels like he's offering a woman protection. He didn't offer a motherfucking thing. Now I didn't get listen, I didn't get to the part where Queen Sheba came up. But I know she comes up. I'm gonna get to that part. But I'm not gonna speak for her. She can speak for herself. I am simply a knight in her kingdom. And I love it too. I fucking relish in it. Shout out to the Palace. I love the Palace. I will fuck one of y'all niggas up over the Palace. Y'all don't even know. I will crash out about 2. Never even met 2. Let 2 call me and tell me she got a problem. Boy. Switch. Anyway, let's go.
Level on that particular video that you just showed, she admitted that she was disrespectful and she tried to stop me from saying what
I don't think I remember Queen. I was there when she was at your live stream that morning. I don't think, maybe I could be mistaken, but I don't remember Queen Sheba admitting that she was disrespectful to you. I remember her making an argument that she was trying to interject for the sake of the the panel. It was an open discussion, right? Those 2 words matter. Open discussion. It wasn't a formal debate. If it was a formal debate, everyone get a certain amount of time uninterrupted. But it was an open discussion on a panel. So how was she disrespectful by interjecting for the intention of furthering her knowledge of the point you're trying to make. None of this shit makes sense, Anton. Let's continue.
I was saying after I was having a conversation. So my thing is, if you're going to have the same energy, then have it across the board, because I'm not saying that I'm 100% right all of the time. And when I believe that I'm wrong, I apologize. But at the same time, you can't say that I was wrong on that when her herself came up to my show the next day on the Millionaire Morning Show and apologized for being disrespectful because her intentions was bad from the outset.
I think she apologized if you felt disrespected. I don't think she apologized because in her mind she was being disrespectful. I think she apologized because you felt disrespected, and it wasn't her intention to have anyone that night feel disrespected. I think that was, I think she came there with the intentions to have a civil conversation, to have a conversation that can push the conversation forward. I don't believe that Queen Sheba was there to insult Anton or to insult anyone else. I do believe that in a situation where she needs to pull out that thing and get busy, I believe she's fully capable of handling herself in those situations. She wouldn't even need me. If she called me and said, "Darrel, I need you," you done fucked up. That's a fact. But you know what? Let me not think about my relentless days. And then look, exactly. He apologized to Corey, apologized to Kwame Brown. That's all this nigga do is apologize. You should have been apologizing to Queen Sheba for acting like a uncivilized fucking caveman. Very bad representation of God. Black Dahlia says, Anton Daniels still hasn't answered her initial question of would he want males talking to his wife and daughter like he talks. And Black Dahlia, that's a very good observation. And he will not make that point, Black Dahlia. He will not make that point. He's going to continue to be on bullshit. But let's go. Let's go back to the clip.
So you can't tell me that I'm wrong when we got grown women that come on the panel looking to disrespect us, and then at the same time, you don't hold them accountable, but you're only looking at me.
Anton, we're talking about your language and your behavior.
What did I say that was this?
Hold on, y'all. StreamYard did that one shit where I can't get to all my stuff. I got to refresh. I'll be back. All right. Didn't take long. You know, StreamYard be sometimes they be on bullshit. You got to refresh. Go back to the video. Keep going where we left off. Let's go.
Respectful. I didn't call her out of her name.
We're not just talking about Sheba.
Oh,
we're
okay.
not.
So it's other things.
Because
I thought we was okay. I mean, we can talk about all of it, but I was just referencing the specific clip that you played.
One woman, you called her a hoe. You called her a 304. You called her a monkey. You said her.
You gotta be specific. You gotta be specific.
Country something. I don't know her name like that. Country something.
Yeah, that's the girl that when she said, "I'm a Lamborghini. I'm a Lamborghini." Anton wasn't having it. You feel me? He went straight for, talking about her, making her seem like she was less than, what she presented herself as. And she presented herself like a beautiful black woman, a graceful black woman, who can offer any man a beautiful life, because she said she wanted to be a wife. She had intentions on getting married. Yeah, she had children out of wedlock before, but that doesn't define who she is. And she wants to be a wife. And I thought that was an admirable thing to do. The fact that she actually wants to be somebody's wife, the fact that she actually wants to serve a husband. I thought that's what y'all niggas wanted. But of course, she was met with aggression. We did do a reaction to that. Go and check that out. I'll put a link to it shortly. in the comments below. Let's go back to seeing how Yanni exposed Anton Daniels, how Queen Sheba came up to defend herself, and how Darrel Long, the Simp God, was intertwined in all of this bullshit.
Okay. But what did she call me before I even said that?
She didn't call you anything.
You sure about that?
I'm very sure. I didn't see
As
her
a matter
call
of
you
fact,
anything.
I can send it to you. She literally said before she ever came on the panel when I discovered it. See, y'all don't see what goes on in the background.
No,
These
no.
people
Anton, you do this thing where you
I'm
try to
telling
play
you that
good guy, bad guy. You try to play the good guy, bad guy role, and that's just bullshit. You try to play this good guy, bad guy role, and then you do these weird things to try to cover up the bad thing that you did.
Yanni, I will send you the video.
No, the good that you do does not it doesn't outweigh the good that you do.
That's a fact. The bad that you do, the good that you do does not it doesn't wash away the bad. It's all going to be there. Shout out to Stannis Baratheon. He understood that. You can't come to me and say, hey, yeah, man, I know you was hungry, so I went out and I robbed Peter and I robbed Paul just to feed you. Yeah, but so you're a fucking criminal. You committed crimes. Anton loves to run away from accountability. Oh, you like that, Dark Lake? I was intertwined in all of this bullshit, and it's fucking ridiculous, Dark Lake, that they brought me up when I wasn't a part of the Lapeef network. But you know why I was brought up? Because I always had my foot on the fucking network's neck. That's why I was brought up. I was brought up because when Anton Daniels had Courtney Michelle and all the rest of them hoes over there vouching for him and being a fucking pick-me and watching black women like Queen Sheba be fucking annihilated and talk shit and disrespected, they did absolutely nothing. They came back for the next episode and put a smile on their fucking face so they can get paid. They did not stand on business. It was I who stood on business, and this is why they brought me up. But who am I to brag? Let's keep going.
That's fair. And I'm willing to take that criticism. And I'm willing to be held accountable. One thing that I say regularly is that I'm open to being criticized and held accountable in the same way that everybody else is. I said,
so why do
I don't
you
always
act
get
like
it.
this
I don't know.
panel?
I don't always get it right. But at the same time, I identify bad energy and I deal with it accordingly. So for example, the country girl, she literally set up and she said it and she posted it on our Instagram, and you can go and check it. I don't even know if it's still there. She said that she was coming on a panel to set me up, and that was her whole goal, and literally to try to take me down and to take down everything that I've built specifically. So when I see this type of stuff where people send it to me and they say, yo, fam, this is what her whole goal is. She didn't come up there with good intentions in the first place. I'm going to deal with it accordingly. I'm not just going to let shit ride just because.
You could have just not had her on the panel too, Anton. That's also an option. You can just not have her on the panel. You don't have to have her on a panel and disrespect her. I hear my son back there going off. You don't have to have her on a panel. You don't have to disrespect her. If you thought that she was going to come there and be on some bullshit, then you could have just told her, hey, I'm not here for the disrespect. I would just prefer if, you know, we keep it 100 and just be, you know, and be respectful, and we reciprocate that energy. But no, you were okay with her coming on the panel to be disrespectful because you planned on what? Being disrespectful? You planned on matching her energy like a feminine bitch? Let's go.
Because they're a woman can be just as spiteful and just as mischievous as a guy can. And just because they come in sheep's clothing don't mean that they're not coming up there with a specific agenda. And they do often at times they do. And just because I don't say it right then and there, don't mean that that's not what the goal is. And if you want me to send you the videos and the evidence, I can do that too.
Anton, you're a businessman, right?
That's correct.
Okay, how is this professional? You have every right to not bring her on. If that was her point,
I didn't bring her on.
No. If that was her point to set you up and you knew that, why would you engage and be disrespectful?
That's the thing.
You have to think about it. You have to think about it from a professional standpoint. You made money off of disrespecting her and discarding her in the way that you did, correct?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, so how are you innocent in this situation? You're not.
I didn't say I was innocent.
Anton, if you don't believe that you're not innocent, why are you even arguing a point at all? If you believe that you have some guilt in the situation, why not start there? Why not start by saying, I should have never made money by disrespecting Black women? That's not cool. I would not want my wife and daughter spoken to in this way. That's all you had to say. All the extra shit is just really, it's unnecessary. It's disrespectful. It's gaslighting. It's gaslighting at the highest capacity. And then you wonder why this stream is even happening at all, where you have this Black woman and her major audience of other Black women, affluent Black women, going against you. You wonder why women like Lucky came to me and then you took her back like the simp ass nigga that you are after she betrayed your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? You wonder why women like Courtney Michelle don't want to work with you no more. Six the Goddess don't want to work with you no more. You wonder why. You wonder why Tawana on Freezy channel doing 15-hour interviews about you. Part 2s, part 3s, part 4s. They gonna milk that shit out. It's all you, bro. You are the common denominator in all of this. And you never gonna take accountability. So we're gonna have to put belt to ass until you figure out that you are the problem. With that being said, let me go back to the video, man.
Okay.
I didn't say I was innocent.
So what's the point of defending your behavior? What I wanted to hear was, my bad, I messed up. I shouldn't be speaking to women like that. Period.
No. I've messed up before, but I didn't mess up with them. That woman that you just called, the woman that you use as an example, the clip that you just played, and the woman that you use as an example, those are not the ones that I messed up on. I have messed up before, and I have apologized publicly for the ones that I messed up before. And I'm even open to being held. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
No, you
yes,
haven't.
I have.
Because if you would have
it was bullshit apologies, and at the end of the day, the best apology is change behavior. If you're not going to change your behavior, if you're going to say, hey, my bad. You know what? I fucked up. My bad. You're right. I fucked up. My bad. Nope. Not going to say that. You're not going to say that at all. What you're going to do is give this gaslighting bullshit that you're doing now. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand why Black men have positioned themselves to be against Black women. I don't. If you guys are enjoying this, man, listen, I just want to see if you guys are listening and enjoying it. I want to see if the 93 people that's watching on the channel are actually listening and hearing from me, or if y'all just here to, see some bullshit. Let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you are enjoying the content. Let's see who actually does that. All right. And let's keep going. Hold on. Let me type this in. All right. Let's get it.
Apologize. If you would have apologized in the way that you needed to, people wouldn't be turning away from you right now. And I don't even know the situations
who's turning away from me?
People. The original group of women that were on the panel originally, they don't even want to work with you guys no more.
I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that.
You don't see your fault. You don't see your fault. There's literally a trail of women. There's a trail of women that are leading behind because you don't know how to treat them.
It's a trail of toxic women, but then there's also a trail.
So everybody's toxic. So everybody's toxic but
too.
Anton. Everybody's toxic but Anton.
She's right. There is a trail of women that you have, you have fucked over. There's no other way to describe it. There's no other way to describe it. You have basically, according to them, like if you listen to Tawana last night on Freezy, you humiliated her, you ruined her marriage, you ruined her reputation on YouTube, you played a big role in people degrading her. All the things you would never want to happen to your wife, but you had no problem, absolutely no problem, not a fucking second thought allowing this to happen to somebody else's wife. Didn't even think twice about this shit, bro. Didn't even never stop to think this might come back on my family, my actions. Never once. And that's the truth. That's the true dark part about all of this. Is I genuinely believe that if Anton doesn't listen to the people around him, his family is going to suffer more because he's going to continue to go at people who's going to continue to take it further and further and further and further and further. And they are going to be the casualties of his war. His war against the FBA men, his war against Hebrew Israelite men, his war against black women, his war against simps. You're fighting too many fronts, bro. You got the money, you got this following, go be happy. Show a happier side of yourself. The arrogant side is being exposed. Don says black women are easy targets. Elaborate.
No. Let's talk about Lucky. Let's talk about Island Girl.
Do you want to talk about Lucky?
Anton.
No. Let's talk about Lucky.
Do you want to do that? Because I have no beef with Lady Luck, but is that what you want to do? Because you're going to do the same thing that Tawana did with Freezy. You're going to talk about Lucky, but you're not going to talk about how she had me listening in to your conversations with you and your wife, right? You're going to talk about Lucky, but you're not going to talk about how I was getting text messages between her and Rita about how you wasn't buying Rita no expensive things because you was poor. Or how about when I convinced Luck to go on the show and do a testimony about how you really wasn't the financial guru that you claim that you are. And then she took all those videos down and said she was manipulated. Or when she helped me make Surviving La Peef, Branch literally introduced me to all the little ladies in the circle. Lauren, Courtney, TJ. They used to all be over there at Conversations with King, helping us destroy you. But you're going to leave that part out. You're going to say, well, I met Lucky, I put her on. I went to her show, put her on. You know what I'm saying? She a back chaser. You know what I'm saying? Back chaser. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You feel me? You feel me? Right. But you're never going to say, oh, yeah. And the nigga that was posting my father's obituary, she was sending that nigga news and shit. She was telling that nigga she wanted to be with him and shit. buying a nigga clothes and shit, sending it from Vegas all the way to motherfucking Michigan. You're gonna leave that part out, right? Don't worry about it, bro. I got something for y'all coming up. Not tonight. Not tonight. But tomorrow morning, the fucking reckoning begins, nigga. Because you want to talk about Lucky? You want to talk about Island Girl Q? You want to talk about Kayla.com? You want to talk about Courtney? I have all of those videos. Every single one that we did. Every single one. And tomorrow, Kwame will have it. Tomorrow, Corey will have it. Let's continue with the fall of Anton Daniels.
Let's talk about Island Girl Q. Let's talk about a lot of different women that I've actually put on. I've actually put a lot of money. You wouldn't even know some of these women that's making a lot of money.
No. Why is the common denominator in all of these women Anton?
Are you going to talk about how, because I talked about it at the end of this stream, since y'all provoked me, you little fuckers. Are y'all going to talk about how JR had that apartment in Chicago, even though he was a married man, and he was smashing the hoes out there? And let me put this up, because I know how y'all niggas get down. Fair use. Everything in this video is alleged. Nothing is factual. I repeat, nothing is factual. Everything is hypothetical, and everything is alleged. Okay? You fucking degenerates. Let's go.
Why? Because I brought out the toxicity in them? Because I showed them for who they really were? See, the thing that I'm observing right now, I'm observing right now.
Like I said, you play this good guy, bad guy.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
Okay, you instigate. Okay, so what's the point? Like I said.
Well, at least Anton, you admitted to instigating it. Let's hear it again.
Oh, absolutely, I do. And I'm observing right now.
Like I said, you play this good guy, bad guy.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
Instigator, chaos maker, instigator, and chaos maker. That's all you ever have been. Somebody that wishes to come into the, like, you're the type of motherfucker the government can come to, pay you to try to infiltrate societies and culture, to cause chaos, to cause division. Because they understand people can never be powerful if they're divided. Never. No matter how intelligent people are on both sides, it don't matter. If they are divided, they are weakened. You are an instigator. You instigate women to go against men. You instigate men to go against women. You do not provide solutions. Let's continue with the reaction. Shout out to Yanni. Real Talk with Yanni. If y'all looking for the video, Real Talk with Yanni. Let's go.
Okay, you instigate. Okay, so what's the point? Like I said, ladies, stop going on the show. Please, just stop. He telling you exactly what he gonna do. He gonna play.
He literally telling y'all, black women who decide to be a part of Anton Daniels' show, who do, you know, unless you want to be Tawana 5 years from now, unless you want to be Lucky Marie 5 years from now, unless you want to be Courtney Michelle 5 years from now, unless this want to be you. On my phone there, on my other phone. Anton Daniels fucked me over. Okay? He fucked me over. He created an environment that was super fucked up for me. I thought that I would become a superstar in the realm of YouTube. But instead, I have been relegated to doing fucking interviews with Freezy. You don't want to be that. You don't want that to be you, right? So listen to the Simp God. Hold on, what's that? A commercial playing in the background? Listen to the Simp God when I tell you this man is up to no good. He say he gonna instigate, which means when you come on the panel, I'm gonna throw you a little check. Maybe I won't. You'll see. Whatever happens, happens with that, right? It's 50-50. Who never knows? What I do know is when these hoes go on the panel, I'm gonna tell you to fight. And you know what's crazy? I got a video, Anton, since you said you want to talk about Lucky, I got a video of Lucky saying you would text her and tell her to argue with other women on the panel. Anton, did you forget I convinced Lucky to do 2 live streams about you? Did you forget that I had those live streams, Anton? I, Darrel Lawn, convinced your apprentice to go against you. You see, Freezy can't do that. Freezy not the fucking Simp God. Listen, tomorrow I'm going to show y'all Anton Daniels' apprentice talking about him in a very disparaging way. In a very disparaging way. See, Freezy not going to show that because he want to protect Lucky. There is no sentiment in this war. There is only winners and losers. Let's continue with the video, though. Different day.
That good guy, bad guy role. He's going to instigate. He's going to trigger you. He's going to get to know you, know your personal life, know your personal details, and then he's going to bring you onto the panel, and he's going to trigger those issues, your trauma, and weaponize it against you so that he can get paid on his platform.
Correct. Clock and T. Clock and T. There's a young lady in this space whose name I do not wish to say, but who I wish to give advice. And I know somehow, some way, it's going to reach her. You see, there's 2 paths for women that deal with Anton. There's the Mika and Island Girl Q path, right? That's the path of you getting paid, you a bag chaser, you flying around, you looking good, you looking like the side bitch. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But you're getting paid. Then there's other women like Six of Goddess, the Nicki Marie, right? And outside of this sector, women like Aaron on Demand, Kelly Stamps, Tony Brian, or Tony Bryan. I forgot how to pronounce her name. There's so many women making content that don't need men. B. Taylor TV, Queen Sheba. Women who do not need to make themselves accessible to men who will tell you, I'm going to manipulate the situation. I'm going to be disrespectful on purpose. And I'm going to capitalize more than anybody else in the situation. Why are you there? Ask yourself that. Why are you there? Don't let me tell you. Ask yourself that. When you're giving women advice about what kind of men they should be dealing with and the level of disrespect they should tolerate in relationships, remember, a lot of y'all tolerate disrespect in business relationships as long as it comes with visibility and a paycheck. And then you have to ask yourself, are you genuinely qualified to give that advice anymore? One of my exes had that problem. She went from, I don't date a waterhead, to dating the biggest waterhead. But you know what? Different story, different day. Every dog has his day. Okay?
He just told you what he's going to do. That's exactly what he's going to do. So, Anton, I have a question too. Why should I not speak on your wife? That's exactly what he's gonna do. So Anton, I have a question too. Why should I not speak on your wife? Why
Can
should
I
I
add some
not speak
additional
on your?
context really quickly?
Why should I
First of
not
all,
speak on your wife?
First of all, I'm not even on the panels anymore. Like, if you knew, if you actually watch, because apparently you're not aware of the different apologies
8 days
and
ago.
things.
This video was 8 days ago.
Ma'am, that is a clip. If you look at the last 3 Lapeef panels, and even that panel, I actually only showed up for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I dropped back down.
Yeah, but in those 10 or 15 minutes, you were disrespectful to Queen Sheba. That's the point if you haven't understood it yet. In those 10 or 15 minutes that you were on the panel, you showed yourself to be a disrespectful, barbaric bandit who absolutely lacks self-control to the point where he's willing to disparage other people's wives, but cannot understand somebody disrespecting his own. I mean, this shit, you know, it's ridiculous. But you know what? Let's keep going with the video. We got 146 people watching. We love you guys. Let's go.
Not on the show anymore.
Change your behavior. I don't understand. Why don't you just
hold on, ma'am? Can I add a little bit of context? Secondly, I'm not the person that picks the panel members. Me and Jay,
The people who on the panel, you see the gaslighting, you see the bullshit. What does, you know, the position of whoever picks the panel have to do with the fact that you disrespect Black women? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Oh, you're gaslighting. You're trying to shift accountability. You're trying to shift accountability. Oh yeah, I'm not picking these panels. And I was only there for 15 minutes. I was barely there. I was barely in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If anything, Q responsible. She picked the panels. What the fuck that had to do with anything, bro? Absolutely nothing. Let's keep going. Shit was crazy.
Sarah has long separated responsibilities, and I'm the person that just shows up in order to have the conversations, and then I handle a lot of the back end stuff, right? I don't recruit, I don't pitch panel members. As a matter of fact, I've long said that I have no clue who was going to show up on Thursday nights and who wasn't. But I'm not even on the panel anymore anyway, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just don't understand.
You don't understand she's talking about your behaviors. You don't understand she's literally talking about how you interact with Black women and the disrespect that you show them. You don't understand that? But you know what? Anyway, let's keep going.
Why I needed that context. It just doesn't make sense. Just change your behavior. Would you? This is my thing. You have a daughter, right? Like you have a daughter.
Why haven't you held any of the women responsible for this?
Don't answer a question with a question. You have a daughter. Why can't you change your behavior? Why can't you bring up Black women, and why can't you hold the Black women accountable for what the Black women do? Why can't you hold these Black bitches accountable? These Black bitches been disrespecting me and disrespecting my people from the beginning of time. I'm giving you the tether voice, nigga. That's what you acting like right now. You feel me? But let's keep going, B. We got a lot of content to cover.
Stuff that they did when they initiated this conversation in the first place. How come you don't hold women accountable and got the same energy for them as you got for me?
If there was something that I saw in these clips, then I would make it about them. But I'm making it about you because in every single clip,
but I didn't disrespect Queen Sheba, and
you're aggressive. You try to speak over people. You won't allow them to get their point across in full. But then you want that respect in return. You're very disrespectful.
The clip you just showed, you glossed over it when she admitted that she was disrespectful.
You can gaslight me all day, but there was a live stream that I just posted yesterday that had other clips of you being very disrespectful.
Cool, and I'm willing to take accountability.
So she is already vetted in the disrespect, Anton. There's no need to gaslight her. All this bullshit you're doing, low key, is absolutely diabolical. Okay? At the end of the day, you want some fuckery. She already know that you have been disrespectful to multiple different women on the panel. That's just the facts. And instead of you just admitting to your trifling ass behavior, what are you doing? Making excuses. Making excuses for your fucking behavior, for your awful behavior, and then want to play the victim when your wife is dragged to the pits of hell. Okay? Let's keep going.
Ability for that. I didn't see your live stream yesterday.
Anton, I just have one last question.
I'm willing to take accountability for the things that I do.
I just have one last question. Why should I not speak on your wife?
Because she don't have nothing to do with this.
She has a lot to do with it.
My
She's
wife
a black woman.
has
She has
nothing to do with it whatsoever.
She has everything to do with
My
it.
wife is not my wife.
No. As soon as you said that the black woman is the bigger enemy than the white man, that's when your wife became a part of this. That's when your
I tried to tell Anton about that years ago. You can't separate your wife and your daughter from the rest of black women. When you make blanketed statements like black women are not qualified, you know what I'm saying? That's why they needed DEI to get to positions that was deserving of the white woman. That's why. It's gonna. I used to always tell Anton this is gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire because people are gonna say, "Well, if it's okay." Sorry, I was distracted. People are gonna say it's okay to disrespect your family if you feel like it's okay to disrespect theirs. That's just, I mean, that's basic war. If you come in, you know what I'm saying, violate minds, why on God's good earth would you believe I'm not coming to violate yours? That's just fucking, I don't understand Anton, bro. He claimed me from Detroit, but then, and we know that's a lie, but yeah, if you're going to claim you're from Detroit, at least pretend you're from Detroit, bro. You're not even pretending right. You know what's going down. You know what kind of bullshit you want. But you know what? Shout out to the 150 that's watching. Let's get it.
So that's when you include my wife.
That's when your daughter became a part of this. So you can either hold that or not, but that's what came out of your mouth. That's what came out of your mouth. That's what you said. So you will include my 15-year.
You willing to include my 15-year-old daughter on the internet?
No, she's
in order to try to.
They go to victim shit. Aw, you willing to add my 15-year-old daughter on the internet? How old was Zaya Wade when you exposed her to your audience? How old was Dwayne Wade's daughter when you exposed her to your audience? How old was Tyranny Children when you exposed her to your audience? All three of them, and said they was gonna be trash. How old were they? Didn't matter to you because they weren't your children. I find it crazy that people are never offended by something until it impacts them. You know what I'm saying? Let me give clarity for those who may say, well, Darrel, what do you mean by that? I'll tell you. Let's start with police brutality. Oh man, why black people not protesting against ICE? Why black people not protesting against ICE? Oh, maybe it's because black people have been dealing with systemic police brutality since day one and had to live in that and had almost little to no help in resistance to that brutality. And now when it's beginning to impact other people's children and they're getting locked in cages and they're being stripped away from their families, now everybody sees that, oh, maybe we need to the police, like the Black Panthers used to do, but they were called, I don't know, criminals. Those black men were called criminals. They're walking around following police officers, making sure they don't harm black people with rifles and guns and stuff. Oh my God. Lock him up. 30 years later, I think we need to follow these ICE agents around after what happened to Renee Nicole Good. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting how when things impact one group of people, there's a certain type of emotion. But when it impacts us, nobody gives a fuck. This is interesting. But you know what? Let's keep going, because that's the mentality Anton Daniels have. I don't give a fuck about y'all daughters. Philosophical. Give a fuck about your daughter? Philosophical? But yo, Anton, I ain't let them disrespect you. I don't give a fuck about you anyway. Shut up. Damn.
Your logic and your point.
No, I just put a picture next to what you said. I put a picture to what you said. I didn't speak on your child.
You just said that's when my daughter became a part of it.
I did not speak on your child. All I did was put a photo with your audio.
You just said it.
That is it. That's what you decided. That is what you decided to do, right? And you thought you was the big man at the time. And so now you have to eat that. You decided to say that. I put a photo next to it. That's all I did. That's all I did.
You put a photo of what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
She put a photo of your wife and what your wife said. Let me stand up for a second, guys. Hold on. I need to look at something on my Nintendo Switch 2. But hold on, let me see. Is it on? Okay. Let me turn it on. Jesus Christ. AI cameras. It should be on now. Good. Let's do a little stand-up action. Haven't done one of these stand-up shows in a while. But let's continue. Let's actually go back to the clip. See what we got here. Stretch my legs out for a while.
A photo next to the words.
You were breaking up as I was driving.
I put a word. All I did was put a photo next to what you said. That's it. Of your daughter and your wife. That was a choice that you decided to make. So that's what I'm saying. Like you try to play this. No. You try to play this good guy, bad guy role, right? You decided to put your family on the internet. Then you decided to also play the bad guy role and say,
hold on, let's start there. Like she said, Anton Daniels was the one that put his family on the internet. It was Anton Daniels that made his family vulnerable to threats. He made his family vulnerable to people who would try to talk shit about them, like Corey Holcomb did. He gotta live on. Look, bro. I know it's hard to live with the fact that you did that shit to yourself, but it's the only truth. It's the only truth that, for example, when you masquerade girls like what you call around. When you masquerade girls like Mika around, look at what happened. Look at what happened. She ended up getting attacked because of you. Because of her association with you. That's the facts. If she wasn't associated with you, she probably wouldn't have been attacked. She probably wouldn't have a million videos around the internet calling her a fucking side chick. But she do because of you. She probably would have never flew to where the fuck was they at? Los Angeles. If you didn't tell her a lie and say, oh yeah, I'm going to make sure you go on the Corey Holcomb show. Right? I'm going to make sure you get on the Corey Holcomb show. You're going to be all good out here in these streets. Then when she got out there, she realized that wasn't the case because of you. You made that a situation. But you know what? Let's keep going, bro. Fuck that nigga Anton. The way you treated black women, I could never forgive you as the simp God.
you know what, guys, and you're talking to a group of men. You're talking to an audience of men, as if your daughter is not going to go out here and have to deal with those same men that you're talking to in the way that you're talking to them. And then you're telling them,
she won't.
You believe that your daughter is not going to have to deal with one of these men out here? You genuinely believe that? We need to be careful as men, as fathers, as husbands. We need to be careful about the kind of rhetoric that we are teaching young boys to have when it comes to women. Because at the end of the day, one of the major problems that women face is men who are hateful, men who are uncertain of themselves, men who have no discipline, right? Women are living in a world where the dating pool is basically undateable. These men don't want to be leaders. These men want submission by default. They don't want to earn submission. They want submission by default. All right, I think I'm done stretching my legs. Shout out to Unique. And shout out to DJ The Truth TV. Uniquely Stunning says, funny how he doesn't want his daughter dating the losers that he coaches. Interesting. Very good point that you make. He don't want the fucking men that he is coaching. Man, that's a good point, bro. That's a really good point, my lady. Somebody said, nah, get the ham. The mama wasn't impressive. Let's go. Oh, shit. I'm not sure. It sounded like that was a diss to the wife, but let's keep going.
You're telling them, oh, the black woman is a bigger enemy than the white man. That's what you decided.
No, I didn't say that. You misquoted me. I said the black woman has been a bigger.
I did not misquote you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You did. I said the black woman has been a bigger enemy to black men than white people.
No, you said the white man.
Because
you said the white man. You did not say
white men. Okay, white men. But I said has been a bigger enemy to black men than white men.
No, you said
and
R.
That is true.
You said R. A-R-E. You said R.
And I stand on that. Okay,
so then why is your daughter and your wife off limits?
Off limits to you having a conversation about them?
We are black women. You can't separate them from the collective.
I do. I separate black women all the time. I'll give you an example.
No, you can't make a blanketed statement trying to shit on black women, but want to separate your daughter and wife who are black women. Why do you believe that those things can be separated? Why do you believe that you can talk about black women and make a blanketed statement and think that it would not apply to your wife and children, to your wife and daughter? Your wife a black woman, your daughter's a black woman. I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm lost, bro. I used to always warn Anton, if you're saying that black women are the problem and you don't have any sons, you only have a daughter. I mean, did you make another problem? Let me guess. Yours different. Because she's your daughter, because she was raised by you in a household with you, and you put millions of dollars in her, so she can go win the Olympic Games this year for America, right? And bring honor to the Daniels family, only to have to change her last name to whatever man that she married. But you know what? Let's keep going with the video. And yes, Yanni definitely clocked Anton for real. She clocking T. She calling it how it is. Shout out to Yanni.
Great black women from the collective.
I'll give you an example.
You cannot make you cannot make a generalized statement like that and then try to separate your daughter and your wife from that generalized statement. You are.
Oh no, I separate a lot of women from it. Like, for example,
that's not what you decided to do when you said what you
like,
said.
for example,
you made a statement that included your wife and your daughter.
Oh no, it's always anomalies. It's always gonna be an anomaly. Like one of the anomalies that I believe in is Crimson Cure.
Crimson Cure is not an anomaly. She just Crimson Cure, with all due respect to her, is simply a pick-me elderly woman who agrees with everything that y'all say. And because she's agreeing with everything that y'all say, y'all simply choose to uplift her. You couldn't say 6 to Goddess because she don't rock with you no more. Right? You couldn't say, oh yeah, 6 to Goddess. No, because she don't fuck with you no more. It's embarrassing. Utterly embarrassing. Utterly embarrassing, bro. This is a woman who is unmarried. This is a woman who, for a long time, did nothing but degrade women on her channel. If you go to Crimson Cure channel and type in black women, you're going to find the most disgusting fucking, it's just this nasty shit. Very nasty shit, man. And I never understood that either. How can she be a black woman talking and saying the most wicked shit about black women? And she is a black woman. You can't make that shit up, bro. Let's keep going with the video. Listen, guys, let me check these donations. All right, we almost got 200 people in here. We need 200 more. We need 500 people tonight. All right, we need to get to 500 people tonight. I'm gonna try to go all night long and watch the entire stream. I swear to God. And this stream is 3 fucking hours long, and I'm gonna try to watch this entire stream. But we need to get the likes up, and we need to get some donations. All right, it's bad enough that y'all know why we doing this shit.
For clout. That is the solution to this. The solution, Ed, is for you to send a goddamn 99-cent super sticker. So this way I don't have to go to Brokeback Mountain. That shit crazy.
Oh, my bad. I was on mute. Brokeback Mountain ass Sharon. Let's keep going.
At Crimson Cure here, I treated her like gold. I had her in the best hotels. I made sure that she had a driver.
It don't matter how you treated Crimson Cure when we just saw that you talk shit about Queen Sheba. We don't care. We don't care. Okay? Where does Stephen A. Smith at?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
We don't care about the fact that you did anything for fucking Crimson Cure, bro. We don't care about none of that. Absolutely none of that, bro. Let's keep going.
We loved on her. We treated her. We never allowed for her to even pull her wallet out. I think that Crimson Cure quite possibly could be one of the most beautiful souls and an example that black women should look up to. As a matter of fact, I did an interview with her. I had her on a panel. We exalted her. We praised her. But I'm sure that y'all missed all that part too, right? Because in the same way that you want to acknowledge the stuff that we hold women accountable for, you should also acknowledge the stuff that we give women credit for also. And so I'm gonna hold that too.
Again,
right?
your poor treatment does not make up for your good treatment.
And your good treatment doesn't make up for your poor treatment. The fact that you treated Crimson Cure good, but you treated Tyranny like shit, no. Oh yeah, but yeah, I talk shit about Tyranny kids, but I made sure that Crimson Cure ate real good that day. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck does that even matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. We gotta stop. We gotta stop with the bullshit, bro. Black men do not want to take accountability for the toxic rhetoric that they have placed on the internet. And that's one of the biggest problems in that we have in this space, bro. Is men today just don't want to be honest no more. This shit is low-key truly disgusting. I'm disturbed by all of this shit. I think all of this shit is truly, truly disgusting. Let me keep going. I got some other stuff I gotta do. And while I'm here all night, I'm actually gonna try to be very productive and see how much productivity I can get out of myself tonight. All right. Let's go.
No, you need to hold accountable to women and what they say.
Your poor treatment that you tend to give women, right? And then you turn around and you gift them with this, you gift them with that, you do this. It does not make up for what you did before.
I'm not making up for. I'm not making up for nothing.
Like every time no. Every time I mention something about holding you accountable when it comes to your behavior, then you go into, but I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I
want you to keep the same energy on both sides. Don't just paint it one way. I want you to keep the same energy on both sides.
I'm looking at the bigger picture.
I said that I'm willing to be held accountable.
It doesn't make sense. But I'm saying though,
when you hold people accountable, you also give credit for the good and you give credit for the bad. You paint the whole picture. You can't just say it on one way because you creating a narrative, right? I don't pick and choose who comes on the panel, right? There's plenty of women that I've had on the panel that I've never gotten into it with, right? But then you only pay attention to the things that bothers or triggers you, regardless of whether or not the woman did something to warrant it or not. And sometimes I may be wrong as a result of it. And I'll own that shit. I'll own being wrong when I'm wrong. But at the same time, all I'm saying is,
not one time. You have not owned it. Not one time.
I said I'll be accountable for the things that I'm wrong about.
No, you have not owned it.
The two examples that you use.
You have not owned it. Not one time throughout this entire life.
The two examples that you use.
Anton, why do I have to raise my voice at you? Why?
Because he's disrespectful. He's used to being on his show where he can just overtalk whoever the host is. That's why. That's why. He's used to being disrespectful. He's used to it being unchecked. He's used to people allowing him to be disrespectful as long as he give them some money and give them some visibility and make them feel like they are successful on YouTube. I've seen it happen so many different times, and they end up like Tawanda, or they end up like Lucky, or they end up like Courtney, or they end up like so many other different women that's been through the Lapeef network or the Fight Club sector, and they come out saying that they wish they never been over there with them niggas. They didn't benefit from it at all. Right? And then they do what Lucky did. Go against Anton, and then when they have no more allies, when all the allies is dried up, they go back to Daddy and say, well, he's a good guy. Anton's a good guy. Just so they can get another check. Boy, it's a wicked ass game out here, boy.
Why would you raise your voice at me?
Just so I can get out what I need to say. That's why women don't need to go on the panel. This is why they need to stay off the Lapeef network.
That's their choice. I don't have a problem with them choosing not to. I don't have a problem if a woman decides that she don't want to come on the panel, that is up to her. I have no problem with that. I'm not telling you that you should tell women to go on the panel. You can feel however you want to feel. That's your right. That's cool. The only thing that I'm asking of you is to remove my wife from this live stream. That's it. You can say, listen, you can call me a demon. You can call me a devil.
Why should I do that?
You can call me whatever it is that you want to call me.
Why should I do that?
But the only thing that I'm asking you to do
Why should I do that?
Is to remove my wife from this whole conversation.
Why should I do that?
Because she's not a part of this conversation.
She is. You made her a part of this. You want to know why?
This man wants to say that his wife is not a part of the conversation, but when you attack black women using blanketed statements, then yeah, your wife becomes a part of it. You can't say black culture is trash and black women is trash, but then specifically want black men to just not mention your wife or black women to not mention your wife. It don't particularly work that way. Kimberly said they did Kay so wrong and she made the most sense to me. Hey, I really liked Kay. I really did. I think Kay was one of the most intelligent people I've ever seen, in these spaces at all. She was always so smart. So smart. Always had the right attitude when she came on the panel. Never disrespectful. Ever. She was never disrespectful. That's one of the things I always remember about her. She was always a genuine person, and they ran her off the panel. Thank you, Kimberly, for putting that in the chat. Let's keep going with the video.
No, you're making her a part of it.
You've been online treating black women. So she is.
You're making her a part of it. My wife is living in bliss. She's phenomenal.
It don't matter if your wife is living in bliss or not. The point is when you make blanketed statements about black women, like black women lack the brain capacity, and you agree with shit like that, statements that Charlie Kirk made, then we can say, okay, cool. If that's the case, then your wife, she might fit into that parameter as well. You don't get to pick and choose who fit into the parameters once you make that kind of blanketed, disrespectful ass statement. I'm sorry. You don't. You don't get to pick and choose who, when you make a general statement, you don't get to pick and choose, bro. It's over. And I honestly think that you should have just apologized and been a better man. Been a bigger man. You know what I'm saying? Apologize and say, you know what? You're right. I should have absolutely not talked about black women in this way, especially because I don't want my family talked about in a bad way. Especially because of that. You feel me? I don't know, man. Let's keep going with the video, though. I'm trying to get into this Adobe subscription.
My wife is great. She's in a great space.
She is a part of this. She is.
So is that a no? So is that a no?
It is. It's definitely a no. Why should I do that?
That's fair. Okay, cool.
She is a part of this. You made her a part of this.
Okay. I got you.
So you're not going to own anything.
What would you like for me to own, Yanni?
You called a woman a monkey. You called her a woman. You called this woman a monkey. You talked about her stretch marks. You called black women bitches and hoes.
You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. Absolutely.
Damn. Did y'all hear this nigga Anton, bro? You want me to own that I call black women bitches and monkeys? Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I want you to own. Yeah. That's what I said about y'all black bitches. AntonDaniels.com. Boy, oh fucking boy. Oh, I can't wait to clip this one. I know Freezy probably watching. Thank you, Darrel. Simp God. No captivity. Let's play it again, man.
Women, bitches, and hoes. You're not going to own anything.
What would you like for me to own, Yanni?
You called a woman a monkey. You called her a woman. You called this woman a monkey. You talked about her stretch marks. You called black women bitches and hoes.
You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. I absolutely did.
Ask yourself, as a black woman, why would you want to be around a man that called a woman a hoe and a monkey? Really ask yourself that. Why would you want to be around a man that called a black woman a monkey? Really ask yourself that. Because that's the kind of shit that we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a man that has no problem at all calling black women racial slurs, like calling her a monkey, and then standing on business about it too. So yeah, bitch, I said it. Yeah. I said that about black women. And I don't give a fuck. No fucks at all. Because they're gonna keep coming around me. And it's crazy. The one thing I noticed, you can be good to a lot of these black women. I've supported so many black women that made no fucking sense. But they still end up going back to Anton Daniels every single time, embarrassing themselves, being disrespected. Quite embarrassing, to be perfectly honest. Kimberly says, Kay never actually agreed with Futon. That was the problem. Yeah, that's why, she was always, she was always a victim to his bullshit. Let's go.
Okay, so then you know why I'm doing this then, right?
Okay, I mean, that's your choice. You said that you was gonna do it. I'm not gonna beg you. You do what you feel you need to do.
So that's it.
What else would you want me to say?
You're not going to apologize for the disrespect. You're not going to do anything.
That nigga didn't apologize at all. She said, "Then you call them girls monkeys and shit?" Yeah, I did. That nigga said, "I'm not going to apologize or nothing, bro." Let's keep going. Shit, wicked.
You're not going to own that what you were doing out
there? When she apologizes for what she tried to do.
She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything to you.
Yes, she did. And more importantly, I offered to send you the evidence. You're not trying to hear that. You don't care about that. You caping for your audience and you're not being real.
I'm not caping.
You don't want to see the other side of it.
I don't want to see the evidence. No. I don't need nobody. You can't even come on.
You don't want to see the evidence.
What they was doing, saying I'm caping. You don't know me like that.
Why you saying she caping for her audience? Why can't it simply be she is not okay with you admitting to calling black women fucking monkeys, but now you don't want to, why not just admit that, bro? Why not just admit what you have been doing, admit what kind of person you are, and have a genuine conversation about all of this? Why not? Why are you up here gaslighting her when she played the content, etc., etc.? Yeah. Baby girl said, this is why the women around him today look like prey. They are. And some of them, they're going to end up like these girls 4 or 5 years from now. Right? They're going to have people telling them Darrel's just a hating ass nigga. But they're not going to tell you that all of this shit. They're not going to show you the video of Anton calling black women a monkey. And when they do, they're going to say, he was just joking. That was all just a joke, baby. What that nigga Darrel say, though, that's that real dangerous shit. He never jokes. Sorry. I eat my dinner. Darrel, that nigga never joke. Anton called women a monkey, stood on it. But that was all a joke, girl. That was all a joke. You know what? Let's keep going.
You don't want to see the evidence because you don't want to be real. You're not interested in seeing what her agenda was from the beginning.
What does that have to do with her behavior? What does that have to do with her behavior, though?
It has a lot to do with it. Because
no,
if you came up there,
you could have simply kicked her off. You could have kicked her off and kept it moving.
You telling me? Wait. So are you?
That's true. You could have just removed her from the panel. You didn't have to. Let that bitch up here. We about to go off on her. What you mean, Anton? I saw she was talking shit on Twitter. We about to keep the same energy tonight. We about to keep the same fucking energy tonight, cuz. Wouldn't it be best for us to just not have her here then if she was online throwing up, controversy and fucking bullshit? No, bring her up. Aren't you a Christian? And bitch, bring her up. That's how Anton be over there. That's how Anton used to be talking to that nigga JR. Corey is definitely Anton's karma. Putting his daughter and wife on that shirt as monkeys. Child. That give context to this whole shit. Let's go back now. Now let's listen to it with her comment on there. And I'm assuming to send this to Corey Holcomb. You mad at Corey Holcomb for calling your fucking wife and daughter a monkey. But yet in this clip that we have right now, Anton, that I'm going to clip and show all the big homies, you are calling black women monkeys. Let's go.
You call black women bitches and hoes. I'm going to own anything.
What would you like for me to own, Yanni?
You called a woman a monkey. You called her a woman. You called this woman a monkey. You talked about her stretch marks. You called black women bitches and hoes.
You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. I absolutely did. You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. I absolutely did.
That's what you did.
Own calling black. You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. I absolutely did.
One more time.
You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey? Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. I absolutely did.
Monkey business indeed. What an interesting little weave of web we have found ourselves entangled in, Mr. Daniels. As I sit and eat through my teriyaki, we find more contradictions, more gems, more things for Freezy to watch on my channel and go back to his channel and say, I found that shit, dog. I found that shit, dog. Corey Holcomb reacted to my video, man. What the fuck, my Freezy? Let's continue.
Okay, so then you know why I'm doing this then, right?
Okay, I mean, that's your choice. You said that you was gonna do it. I'm not gonna beg you. You do what you feel you need to do.
So that's it.
What else would you want me to say?
You're not going to apologize for the disrespect. You're not going to do
it. Saying that you stand on calling black women monkeys and then going completely fucking silent afterwards with no apology is diabolical. But then at the same time, oh man, they attacking my daughter because she black and calling her a monkey because she black and shit. They don't love black women. If they did love the black woman, they won't be talking about my wife and kids, my wife and children. My wife and children. Now Anton's a fucking victim. Wasn't thinking about this girl, kid, when you came online to confirm that you stand on calling her a monkey as a black woman. But now that your precious little, the one that's named after your grandma. Yeah, I know. I mean, after her grandma. after your mother. They got the same name. You know, we should have some humility and be a little more humble, man. Good call out again, Kim. Good call out.
You're not gonna own that what you were doing out
when she apologizes for what she tried to do.
She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything to you.
Yes, she did. And more importantly, I offered to send you the evidence. You're not trying to hear that. You don't care about that. You caping for your audience, and you're not being real.
I'm not caping.
You don't want to see the other side of it.
I don't want to see the evidence. No. I don't need nobody. You can't even come on.
You don't want to see the evidence.
What they was doing, saying I'm capable. You don't know me like that.
You don't want to see the evidence because you don't want to be real. You're not interested in seeing what her agenda was from the beginning.
What does that have to do with her behavior?
I have a hard time
What does that have to do with her behavior, though?
It has a lot to do with it. Because
no,
if you came up there, you
could have simply kicked her off. You could have kicked her off and kept it moving.
You telling me? Wait. So are you telling me that it doesn't matter what she was doing behind the scenes? The only thing that matters is what I said to her.
Yeah. And low-key, yeah. That's really all that matters. Your response is all that matters. Looking back at it, I didn't have to respond to so much shit, bro. I could have let so much shit slide. And even now, I do let a lot of shit slide. I didn't have to address so much shit. But if I know, like, if I drop the link and either one of my YouTube exes pop up in the back chat, I'm not letting them up. You're here to cause chaos. Why do I need to talk to you? My life has moved on. I'm a million times better since I left both of them hoes. Lord have mercy. Uniquely Stunning says, that's literally a life lesson I learned in middle school. Your reaction is everything. I know my triggers, and I hate disingenuous motherfuckers. I hate liars. I hate being lied on. Because if somebody like, let's say, because I don't know Uniquely Stunning, right? She seemed like a very beautiful woman, very nice profile picture, right? Let's say if I bumped into her in real life and she was like, Darrel, did you do A, B, C, and D? If it's true, I'm just gonna say yes. All this gaslighting shit is fucking unnecessary. It's completely and utterly unnecessary. Truthfully, I've grown bored of it, so now I gotta roll me another blunt. Okay, let's go.
She didn't do anything.
If you guys want to come up on the panel, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to drop the link. All right. Even though you guys have not financially supported to the way that I want you guys to, it don't matter because I am in this for the long haul. Okay. So let's go.
Who you, Anton?
How do you know, Yanni? You don't even want to hear.
You're saying that all of these women are just coming on the panel.
No, you said specifically about that woman that I said that she had stretch marks on all of that shit. You said specifically.
So can you explain to me how she set you up? Can you explain to me how she set you up?
I just told you. She literally had an agenda when she first came on. She recorded it on Instagram, and I literally had people sending it to me during the show that was happening, and that she was looking for the last 2 weeks to get up on the panel. JR didn't ask her to come. She asked to come to the panel. She sent us a request in order to get there. She knew who I was. She had been studying me for weeks.
None of this has anything to do with his fucking behavior. And this is the same thing that Corey Holcomb talked about. He said, I feel like I'm arguing with a bitch, man. Damn. Because Anton purposely avoids questions. He purposely avoids men. He purposely avoids accountability. At every opportunity, he purposely avoids this shit. I mean, you literally can't make this shit up. But let me keep going. I got a computer science program I got to work on at the same time so I can get more money for my wife and children. What's up, Vixen? Vixen is the show sponsor with her $5. God damn. Y'all think I'm a $5 hoe? Jeez, I can't wait because we about to be monetized tomorrow, Vixen. Vixen, by tomorrow, the entire the Darrel Long channel will be monetized. We will have super chats. Well, not maybe not by tomorrow, but by tomorrow, I'm going to be able to monetize on this show. That's a fact. That's a super fact. So if you want to support me early on, let me know. I love you guys. Let's go.
And her whole agenda was to take me down, and then she threatened me afterwards. And you don't care nothing about that, huh?
I mean, the way you spoke to her, I can see why she may have done that.
Oh,
but
okay.
her saying Lamborghini, that set you off? Really? That was her setting. That was her setting you up.
I told her she wasn't no Lamborghini. That's all I said.
Okay, but how does that set you off to go off like you did, though?
Okay, listen. I apologize for calling her a monkey and for stretch marks. I shouldn't have. Okay, listen. I apologize for calling her a monkey and for stretch marks. Okay, listen. I apologize for calling her a monkey and for stretch marks.
So Anton admits that he calls women a monkey and then apologize about it. Ladies in the chat, do you guys believe that that was a sincere apology? Do you guys believe that how Anton just apologized to you guys, do you guys believe that it's sincere? Do you believe that he genuinely is sorry and he's never going to disrespect Black women again? Uniquely Stunning says, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Vixen says, absolutely the not. Anton, the best apology for Black women would be change behavior. Change behavior. Changing how you approach speaking to Black women. That's the most important thing. Let's go.
Shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that. I apologize. I could have handled that better. Genuinely, I could have handled that better.
So this is my next question. Moving forward with the Lapeef show, right? How do you plan on, or how do you guys plan on treating women as guests on the panel?
Ain't gonna be no more Anton on the Lapeef show because Lapeef was tired of this nigga, tired of him bringing all this negative publicity. Tired. Had to leave the fucking show. You feel me? They basically ostracized Anton from his own motherfucking business. And then when Lapeef didn't play ball, he said, yeah, bro, fuck it. I'm out of here, nigga. We the fuck out of here. We not about to be fucking not. Nigga, if we got rules where I can't disrespect Black women, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be there. You know what? Let's keep going, bro. We got 103 people watching on my main channel. 144 people watching overall on all channels. Let's keep going.
I'm not on the panel anymore.
That's not what I'm asking. I know you run things behind the scenes. I know that.
I don't run anything behind the scenes. That's what I keep trying to tell you. We separate
That's not what I was
responsibilities.
told. That's not what I was told.
I don't pick a subject. I don't pick the person that come on a panel. I don't pick anything. If you want to have a conversation with JR about that, then you can have a conversation with JR because I don't tell him how to do his job. I separate responsibilities and I just handle the technical aspect of things like I told you in the very beginning of the live stream.
Are y'all believing this? Y'all believe in Anton, the benevolent dictator, wasn't trying to pull strings behind the scenes? Nobody is fucking believing that. Nobody, bro. Nobody. Nobody believes it. You're lying. You're lying. We all know that you believe that you are the boss. The boss. And now you want to shift accountability by making it seem like you don't control your own behavior. You don't control, come on the panel. You don't control nothing. When it's time to hold you accountable, you don't control nothing. And that shit is so fucking ridiculous, bro. Anyway, let's keep going. Hit the like button. How many likes do we got? One of my moderators let me know how many likes do we got. How many likes do we got?
I don't do any.
And also, let me drop the link. I've been up here speaking for 3 hours. Let me drop the link. Anybody want to come up? There is the link. Join us on here while we talk about the topic. If this topic is not for you, do not join. Do not join. Okay, we're looking for vibrant souls. Let's go.
Look at that. I don't even know who coming on the panel when I come on the panel. That's a fact.
Okay. That's
Is it
really
anything
all
else
I
you
wanted.
feel
All
like
I
you
wanted,
need to
no,
have a
all I wanted
conversation?
was for you to. I just want you to apologize to Black women for being disrespectful. That's all.
No, I apologize for what you held me accountable for. I'm willing to take responsibility for when I'm wrong. And when you say that I was off on that,
let's be clear on what that is for a sec. You called Black women bitches and hoes. Okay.
I think that there are some. Thank you, baby.
You called.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. And let me give you the context. I'm sorry. No. Here's the context. I think that there's a difference between Black women and a bitch. And I think that there's a difference between a nigga and a Black man. All Black women is not bitches, and all bitches is not Black women. And all Black men is...
That's that nigga thinking right there. That's that 4th grade level thinking right there. The fuck, bro? You acting like a bitch right now, Anton. You talking about women are bitches. You acting like one. I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand how we continuously disrespect Black women and call them out their names, but then you're the same person on Trump dick. Don't want to talk about the Epstein files. Don't want to be honest about the state of our country. Just a complete fucking sellout. A complete fucking Uncle Ruckus. A raccoon. I mean, you can't make this shit up, bro. Mister, come on, bro. I'm not even trying to address no disrespect towards Yanni. I'm not. With all disrespect, I'm sorry. I mean, with all due respect to you, I'm not trying to address no questions like that. You feel me? That's a disrespectful question. Let's go.
And you do understand your audience, though, right?
Say what?
You do understand your audience, though, right?
No, I understand the truth.
Because the other day you got upset because some man called your
go
wife.
in and then go to the left.
Some man called your wife a bitch, and you got upset about that.
Yeah, and I addressed it with
bitch, and you got upset
about it. And then go to the left.
Some man called your wife a bitch, and you got upset about that.
I need that clip. I need a clip of whoever called Anton wife the B word. If any of my audience got that, send it to me. No, bro. She's a woman, bro. To answer your question, she's a woman. She's a woman. I don't know why that insult would come up. Is that even a woman? Whatever she is, she's addressing his disrespect. That's all that should matter. Weird niggas, man.
Yeah, and I addressed it with him directly.
Okay, but why did he feel comfortable calling your wife a bitch, though?
Well, he only said that he said it to get back at me. He didn't say it because that's how she was acting. He never.
He said it because you are disrespectful to women. So he feel like it's okay to be disrespectful to Anton's wife because Anton disrespects women at all. It's a free for all. That's why he did it. He didn't do it because he wanted to just get back at you. He did it because it's okay in that atmosphere that you have created to disrespect women.
Met her. He never talked to her. He never had a conversation with her.
That's my point. Is that you're influencing,
and I'm not calling all black
influencing
women
men to speak to women in that way. You're influencing men to speak to black women in that way.
No, I'm influencing.
That's why
men.
he felt so comfortable calling your wife a bitch. And is that you're influencing,
and I'm not calling all black women
men to speak to women in that way. You're influencing men to speak to black women in that way.
No,
that's a fact. You influence men to speak to black women or just women, period, in derogatory ways. So when you say, man, cut that bitch off, you know what I'm saying? She hit the wall. Go get 220 rolls, man. I got a fleet of hoes. When you create an environment where it's okay to disrespect women, then you can't think that men are somehow going to say, hold on, man, that's Anton's wife and his daughter. They're off limits, when Anton himself has created an environment where women and children are not off limits. And as much as Anton fans want to ignore the truth, that's just what it is. If you want women to be respected, if you want daughters to be respected, then you yourself need to be a reflection of that. You can't be running around disrespecting women on a consistent basis and then have this ideology that, you know, your daughter is somehow going to be left out of it. Let's keep going.
That's why he felt so comfortable calling your wife a bitch.
And what did I say? What did I say to him?
It don't matter. You're still influencing men to speak to women in that way.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm saying
you may not be intentionally doing it, but you are doing it. It's me bringing the awareness to your attention. That's it. It's like, listen, if you're on a platform, your audience are a group of males, and you're using that type of language towards women, you are influencing them to speak to women in that way.
No, I disagree. And I'm going to tell you why.
That is why
That's why they watch you, Anton, and that's just the facts. You influence men to be disrespectful. And the fact that you don't want to admit that is diabolical. It shows that even now, years later, you lack accountability. You don't want to stand up for what's right and what's wrong. I just don't understand why any black woman would want to continue to do business with you. I don't understand it. Guys, we have 12 minutes before we get to the 3-hour mark. If we don't get at least, because we 95 away from our stream goal. If we don't reach that stream goal within the first 3 hours, the show must end. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. We cannot work for free. We got other stuff that we got to do. So if you guys don't want to support, I'm sorry, but we got to shut it down. I'll be happy to do a part 2 when the channel is monetized tomorrow and we can get paid from the views. But, you know, we need support. So if you guys want to see all of this footage, for one, you can go to Yanni channel. But if you want to see this footage with my commentary, support the channel. Cash App, $DLong316. Let's go.
I'm going to tell you why I disagree. Because you can't advocate for equal. You can't advocate for jumping on these panels, saying what some of y'all want to say to men, and then not getting the same type of energy back that a man would get if another man said it to you.
I haven't seen any of these women call you guys out your name or do any weird stuff.
The women, Queen Sheba never called you out your name. The country girl never called you out your name. Tyranny didn't call you out your name. You just chose to attack these women. Dwayne Wade daughter didn't call you out your name. Gabrielle Union didn't call you out your name, but you call her basically a hoe. I mean, it is super disrespectful, bro. I appreciate you, mister. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Like that.
Well, then you haven't watched enough because
I've
I've seen some
all
egregious
I've
shit being
seen
said.
is a woman say something that you don't like, that sets you off, it triggers you, and then you go into this full-blown rant and you start calling people out their name. That's what I've seen.
Oh no, I've been called out of my name with plenty of women.
Why haven't I seen
absolutely
it?
have.
I haven't seen it. Not one time. I've seen so many different panels.
Most of the time, Anton, you're the one being disrespectful. No, there's no need to sit around and lie. Like, these women are just blatantly disrespecting you for no reason, calling you out your name. That's just not the facts. That's not the facts, bro. It's actually a blatant lie. Anyway, let's keep going. We got about 10 minutes left of this, and then we out of here.
Set through so many different live streams. We're talking about not just the clips. We're talking about the 3-hour live streams. I have not seen that.
Well, like I said, I've been called out of my name plenty of times.
That still doesn't justify you calling black women monkeys. You know what? We're about to end this one here. I'm going to just leave 10 minutes earlier. I'm going to spare y'all having to finance the show tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning. I will put up a second part 2 for this. That way we can fully break this down over time. We don't have to do 12-hour streams and exhaust ourselves. With that being said, I love you guys. I will see you guys later on the next one. This has been the Daily Rundown, the Darrel Long Show. Okay. Simp God, setting the record straight. The man that's been going against Anton since day one. Never begged for no help. But with that being said, I'm about to go lay down, spend some time with my wife. I will see you guys later on the next one. Make sure y'all be there in the morning, though. Don't fuck around and miss that one. I don't give a fuck what you got to do. Don't miss that one. Yeah. Gonna be a wicked ass Sunday. But anyway, good night.